What's up? This is Jordan Gray from Half Lit and Dope Living TV.
Yo, this is Tony Terry, and you're watching Dope Living TV.
Hey, what's up, y'all? This is your boy Jason Weaver, and whenever I'm back home in the Chi, I'm checking out Dope Living TV.
What's up? We watching Dope Living TV. What you watching?
Yo, welcome to Dope Living TV. Dope Living TV. Dope Living TV. We got it all. Come and see. Yeah. Let's see. Dope Living TV. Dope Living TV. Yeah. Check us out. Come and see.
What's up? What's up? What's up? Yes, we are here today, and you know what day it is. This is our Monday Relationship Roundtable. But before we get into that, let me say this. The views that are expressed on this Dope Living TV Live are not necessarily the views of Dope Living TV or its affiliates. Now that I got that out the way, you know, we have some exciting things on Monday, and every week joining us is Melanin and Marriage, and they always have some good advice for you. They do. Better advice than me and my brother. I'm not going to mention no names, but I think you know who I'm talking about. But yes, we are happy to have you here. Hopefully, we are mending these relationships and making them stronger than ever. I hope so. But if not, it's not our fault. I'm just putting that out there. So we're going to bring on our family so that we can get ready. I got some good questions that the listeners and the viewers have sent. And if you want to chime in, just put your comments in the comments over there, and I'll be sure to show them to everyone. And if you have questions, do the same. Let me bring my little brother on. Come on now. What's up, Steve? Steve and the elephant.
Hey, sis, how you doing today?
Good. How you doing?
A little tired, but I'm okay.
You know what? I just think it's the weather, because I felt the same way. And I'm usually, once I get up, take my granddaughter to school, I'm usually up for the rest of the day. Today, I came back and I actually took a nap, and that usually don't happen. Yeah. So, you know, the groundhog did show his shadow today, and I was not happy about that.
Oh, did he show his shadow? He saw it?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes. So, you know, that means 6 more weeks of winter.
Well, with the weather today, it don't matter what he's seen, because you never know.
We should have put that elephant out there. He might have not saw his shadow.
Hey, that's a big shadow.
I know. It really is. Well, we're not going to hesitate, because I got plenty of questions that were sent in. So we're going to bring on our Melanin and Marriage so that they can give us feedback on all of this. So let's start off with our Dr. Marie. Welcome, Queen.
Hey, how y'all doing tonight?
All right. How you
We are
doing,
great.
Dr. Marie?
We are
I
great.
love the new intro. I missed one week and y'all got fancy on me. I like it.
Yes, it's kind of jazzy in it.
It is. I was like, okay, I feel like I need to be.
I'm liking it too. Let's go ahead and bring on Reverend Pat. Come on, Reverend Pat. I'm not going to leave you in the green room, Reverend Pat.
How you doing, Reverend Pat?
Reverend Pat, you bring in, you guys are bringing the brightness in today. I feel better already just looking at y'all faces.
Yeah, big smiles.
So much. Don't it make a difference, Steve?
Yeah, definitely.
Make a huge difference. Let's bring on our big brother. Come on, Mo. What's happening, Mo?
All right, what's going on, fam?
How's it going, Mo? You got it. Good to see you.
Well, it warmed up here today, so I'm good.
Oh,
the sun
don't
was
be
out
rubbing it in
today.
our face now. We still in the 20s.
Yeah.
We still in the 20s.
You know, 20s.
So we don't want to hear nothing about your
Oh
weather.
my God.
Yeah.
Frozen tundra. Up there in the frozen
You know
tundra.
what? They say it's going to be 6 more weeks before we get anything like that. So I'm bracing for it.
We got next week. We
Now,
got
last
60, baby. So
wait, did you just say y'all were in the 60s?
next week we got 60s.
Ooh,
Next
good
week we
next.
got 60s.
Steve, listen to that.
That's
Boy,
why I
could throw a
went south,
snowball
baby.
through this screen, I
I got tired of
would.
getting froze. I got tired of getting froze. Waking
If
up in the
I
morning,
could
car
throw
door,
a snowball, I'd throw a snowball at you, Mo.
Yeah.
Let's bring on our Mr. Banks. Come on, Mr. Banks. We're not going to leave you in the green room. What's happening, Mr. Banks?
How you
How
doing,
y'all
brother?
doing? Y'all ain't had no snacks back there.
We haven't had what?
Y'all ain't had no snacks in the green room.
Oh, we ain't had no snacks in there. You supposed to bring your own snacks.
I got a little
You
bit.
ain't see no
brought my
refrigerator in
own.
there either, did you?
Yeah.
Gina say come prepared.
That's right.
Bring my own too.
Well, you know, we have some good questions. We have some questions that some of the audience have sent over, and they are some great questions. So you guys get your relationship hat on, because we're gonna have some good responses for you all. Y'all ready for our first question?
Well, let them fly.
Yeah.
Let's go. First question is a failed relationship really a failure if it taught you how to love better? Is that really
Definitely
a failure?
not for me. I would say if you learn something from it, then it was purposeful. Anytime, any situation, relationship or not, if you learn something from that experience, then it was meant to be. That was God, giving you a testimony, awakening. It was something that was meant for you. So I would say it's not failed if you learn something.
I agree.
I'll say real quick.
I agree.
I don't know if anybody ever heard the song "Lessons" by Eric Roberson, and that's what it is. Everything led me to something. You know.
Yeah.
You may have looked at it as a like as Marie said, you may have looked at it as a failure, but it brought you to the bridge that you had to cross to get somewhere.
But Steve, what happens if that person goes through it all over again?
Well,
That
you didn't
same
learn.
situation.
You didn't learn. Most of the time, if you learn something, you don't end up in the same situation again when you learn something. You don't end up in the same. If you don't learn it, then you end up repeating it. You know what we say about repeating the same thing and expecting different results? That's crazy.
But I think it's necessary to acknowledge the failure.
Of course.
It's necessary to acknowledge it, because if you don't acknowledge it, you will fall back into those cycles.
Yep.
But do you consider it a failure, though? Do you?
Yes, it's a failure because that's not what you went. Yeah, I'm considering it a failure because that's not your intention. Your intention when you went in was to be successful. And so you have to accept the fact that you failed at the relationship that you thought was going to be a lifetime of success. And so with that being said, you have to allow yourself the opportunity to have grace to overcome the failure. But you have to acknowledge what it is.
But you got to think about too, it goes to the individual, because every individual don't get in a relationship for a lifetime.
Exactly.
See, what you just said is more like a marriage type of thing, Brother Banks, because some people get into a relationship for the time being.
Yeah.
Or maybe for the money.
You know.
Or for something else.
It depends on the individual.
Right. And finding someone new, relationships are about growth. So it's not about finding someone new, it's becoming someone new. If the same thing repeats itself, then you have to take a look at the mirror, because when you pointing this way, that's one. You got three more coming right back at you. So you have to do a self-evaluation to think, okay, hey, is it that person, or is there something about me that I keep repeating this cycle with different people? Because everyone isn't the same. So if you haven't healed from the previous relationship, then there's something that you need to, do a self-evaluation with, so you can grow and be better for the next person, but also for yourself. So I see that differently.
Yeah, and see, those type of people always look to get into a relationship because they don't want to have that personal time to themselves to really learn to learn who they are and their flaws.
No boundaries.
You have to know why you're in that relationship. You can give 100% to a relationship and it still not work. But when you know that you've given 100%, you can walk away from that relationship. And that's over, done with, finito, I'm done. The only time we keep returning to failed relationships repeatedly is because we have not gotten closure. We have not done what we need to do to end that relationship, if that makes sense. Because we still feel like we can fix it. We're not seeing that this is unfixable. You can't do it. So it depends on why you're in a relationship.
I mean, even with that says, sometimes people keep repeating the same thing because of exterior circumstances, like kids. They'll continue to stay in there and try to straighten things out. When you know deep down in your soul, unless y'all done had to come to Jesus moment, start going to church, and things done squared up on your lives and stuff. Usually it doesn't work.
Well, let's read what Byron is saying here. Byron said a failed relationship is an opportunity to get it right the next time.
And why we calling it a failed relationship? Because
I'm with you, Steve. That's exactly what I was going to say.
Doesn't mean it's a failure.
It doesn't mean I failed because a relationship.
Right. You can end the relationship without being a failure.
Look at Mr. Banks. He looking like
it's failed.
He's doing the Gina face.
Because we trying to sugarcoat it.
Right.
No, we ain't sugarcoating. That is because not everything. If I'm in a relationship and that joker acts up and I've done everything that I was supposed to do, I did not fail.
But it's not subjective to just you. It's the relationship. It's not the person's. It's the relationship.
What if the relationship came to a mutual end?
Except me and him.
Yeah, but the question was the relationship a failure, not you as an individual.
You can say failure, or you can call it a failure. I'm saying, me personally.
But is it a success when it comes together?
The word failure, they may take that to mean that there was something that they did. I'm not going to accept that as a failure. I gave 100%. That joker didn't want that 100%.
So that joker failed because he missed out on a very good woman. The failure is his, not mine. That's what I'm saying.
We only got 3 minutes left on this question, y'all, because we ain't finna do this one till 7:40.
Let me read the next statement that Byron said. Byron said also, why did the relationship fail? Was the best friend or relative better? So he's making a point there. He's making a point. Maybe,
but it's bringing something else into the question. His point changes the question, though.
Well, I mean, it answers the question. He's saying, well, it may have been a failed relationship because they were looking on the other side of the fence, thinking the grass is greener on the other side.
It added a reason.
Yeah.
Can you end a relationship without it being a failure?
Yes.
I don't think it's absolutely. You can, absolutely, because failure is refusing to see a pattern, right? But when you're aware of something, or if you're aware that, hey, we're just not, aligned, we're not compatible, that's growth, and you're noticing it. So you're trying to make a change to something. So there's a big difference. If you learn nothing, then you know what I'm saying, that's different. But when you're in something that says, hey, we're just not compatible, this isn't what we cool, whatever, that's fine. That doesn't mean you failed. That wasn't your person. But you.
And I agree with you. Like you said, that's growth. Because it takes when you separate to know that.
Do you call it a success?
If I grew and learned that, and I didn't know that in a prior relationship, yes, that's success.
I'm just asking, is it a successful split?
Yes.
It is when you realize that person that's not your person. Why continue to waste time? I've learned something. God has something better for me. Let me move forward.
Well, don't forget
myself. Let me learn.
Brother Banks, he got the grading scale. If you didn't get an A, you got an F. But understand there's a B, a C, and a D in there.
In between, right?
Yeah, I mean, there could be some in-betweens, but, the opposite of success is failure.
How many times? So
he said the opposite. Well, okay. So you're in a marriage.
It failed.
That means you successfully became one.
So your first marriage failed then, Brother Banks, right?
Yes.
You were a failure. Then you would know I don't call that.
So you were a failure.
I'm with Esmeralda. If I'm in a relationship and we both know this is no longer working, it is the best thing for not only us, and if we have children, to dissolve it and remain friends, maintain a relationship, so that when we're around each other, we're not jumping at each other or popping off or rolling our eyes and all of that. We can maintain a relationship and also watch that other person be happy with somebody else.
So I want to clarify
something. I want you to be happy with somebody else.
Go ahead, Mr. Banks, and then I'll read Byron's. I'll read his last statement, and then we'll move on to the next question.
Right. So let's clarify this. A failed relationship doesn't make the individual a failure. So let's just make that clear, a clear point, because we're trying to individualize the person as a failure. We're talking about the relationship, the union of two people. And the relationship is the actual thing that they're discussing about the fail, not the people.
Right, but it's still just a word. It's according to how you use it. So if you want to call it a failure, that's fine. For me, it was an opportunity. It was a lesson learned. You know, if I learned something, if I move forward, it wasn't a failure for me. Hey, that wasn't it for me. It's just like if you make a mistake, if you trip walking down the street, guess what? Get off that phone, pay attention to your feet, pick your feet up. I didn't fail to walk.
So would you say it's the adversity that created the lesson?
It's a lesson. For me, my opinion is it's a lesson. Okay. Regardless of what transpired, if I learned something, whether if I was the right person, if he wasn't the right person, if I made mistakes, it's an opportunity for me to be better for the next person, but also for myself.
Come on, Mo.
Aren't we talking about?
All right, let me read Byron's statement. Byron said, a relationship can end without it being a failure. For instance, the two parties may not be intellectually yoked.
Right.
So, and then Rachel also said, failure is an event. No one is a failure. Okay. But we're going to move on to the next question. And I know these, I told you these were some questions that we're going to bring out some long discussions, and everybody's not going to agree either. So the next question asks, can a long distance relationship actually work long term? Anybody on here been in a long distance relationship?
I have.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Do you think it could work long term?
Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely. I will say that my marriage for our marriage for the first 8 months, we weren't in the same house. We weren't even in the same state.
8 months.
Oh my gosh.
I'm married now.
They don't work for me. They don't work for me.
It depends on the individual.
If you're gone, out of sight, out of mind.
Damn, Gina.
I'm sorry. I can't put the two together. They just don't.
Where you at?
I can't connect
I'm
the
in
dots like
Pennsylvania,
that.
out of mind.
If I'm not here, if you can't come to this house. But it isn't for everybody. It's definitely tough. And you're right. I mean, Angie said it doesn't work for everybody. It's really what you need. And so I'm a loner. So for me, it was cool. It gave me the opportunity to go to school, do the things that I wanted to do, and learn more about myself. So when we did, come together, I knew who I was. So, I knew what I needed. I was able to set boundaries. Same for him. So again, it's just according to the people, in my opinion.
My previous
you know
marriage,
what, Dr. Marie? I'm gonna know myself before I get into that relationship. So if he don't know he is, then I'm like 3 steps ahead of him, and he can't catch up. He'll never catch up.
If you think you're lonely now,
it's just not gonna work. If you're not here, you're not here. That's it.
Not here.
That's
all.
No.
I believe a long distance relationship depends on the person, because we've all been in those relationship, non-relationship relationships. You know
what you talking about, Stephen?
You ain't never had a non-relationship relationship.
No. You got to run that back, man.
You know, you might talk to that person every day, and you're not in a relationship.
Which is long distance.
That is the person that you speak everything. That's that person. You know, intimacy is not sex. So you share intimate situations with this person.
I cannot say that I've ever been in a long distance relationship. Never. The reason being, I'm not built like that. I'm a human being. You know what I mean? I'm a mind.
I'm with you.
I understand, because what you said is
just like looking at the picture and say, baby, you my girlfriend. What the hell?
And you're gonna have some close relationships near you.
Yeah, you get that phone call every night. Then you go to bed.
I heard about those long distance relationships. They can't wait till they get off the phone so they can go out. You know.
Well, Jody is always nearby, but
that does depend on what time you and that person get off the phone.
That back door, Jody.
Yeah, Jody always nearby. With that being said, my previous marriage, my first 2 years of my marriage, I had only seen my wife for 60 days out of 2 years.
But see, you had extenuating circumstances, though.
Well, I mean, yes. I mean, being in the military, you had
in the service.
That's different. You don't have a choice.
Well, you don't have a choice.
Walking all around,
but there's a lot of service members that get divorced because of that.
But you know, Brother Banks ain't go cheat. Do he seem like he go cheat? Because he only a 6. Remember, he only called himself a 6. So a 6 ain't go cheat.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, let me back that up. No.
Wait, Steve, I missed that.
No, and I told him don't call himself that, but he called himself a 6. So don't get mad at me repeating what you look at yourself.
Stop it.
Banks, you gotta explain that, partner. You come on, you my writing partner now. Explain. You're not gonna sit now.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I've always said, you know, I could be a physical 6 as long as my emotional intelligence raised me up to a 10.
Hot dang it! Nah, you explained.
There you go.
Thank you, because you didn't say that last time.
By no means at all do I feel like I'm ugly. Unless you get that
Nah.
I'm not gorilla cookies by a long shot. But
I told you that a long time ago. I told you that.
But I'm not everybody's cup of tea.
So you're not cookies or everybody's
Let me put up here what Panther is saying. Panther said, I am in a long distance relationship. Hold on. She said, I am in a long distance relationship. But the longer I'm in it, I believe it's because it's easier for me not to have to give all myself to the person.
Yeah.
So sometimes that's what I think happens in a long distance relationship. I really feel like the individuals don't want that. It's like not having 100% commitment.
Taking everything with the little bites, you know, and getting the pieces of the relationship. And actually, it actually might be a deal where you figure out the person, you know.
You learn the person.
You learn a lot more. No, but no. I didn't. I mean, I've been. I think that in-person thing with me for 35 years doesn't work. So I'm good. You know.
I mean, I practice abstinence. That's what it is. Practicing abstinence.
But if you think about it, we keep saying that you have to know yourself before you enter a relationship, and obviously she knows enough about herself to say, "This is where I am in my life. This worked." Now that might not work for her 2 years from now or 6 months from now. But what she's saying is that it's easy for her because that's enough for her. For a person that is not enough for, oh, you're gonna get nagging every time you get on the phone. We're coming home, where you at? But for her, she's saying she's in a space in her life right now where she knows this is enough for her. And that's why we have some people can and some people can't.
Jody, Jody, you got to tell me something, Jody, please. What? My name is
No. Everybody does not cheat. Everybody doesn't cheat because they're in a long distance.
I'm being devil's advocate, Ref. I'm sorry.
I know.
Everybody don't cheat because
I mean, it's some beautiful relationships that I've seen, but I'm sorry.
It ain't for you.
It ain't for me.
Discipline.
I just put it just like that right there. It's not.
Let me read what Byron has to say. Byron said, "I've been in a long distance relationship, and it was able to survive because I didn't have any desire to nail anyone else." I had to stop for a minute. I didn't have any desire to nail anyone else, and she had no desire to be nailed by anyone else. Okay.
And then
it makes sense. He may be joking. He may be joking, but that does make sense.
No, that's true.
No, it does.
If you feel like that's the person that you want, and you want to wait on that person, and you want to, hey, that's exactly how you feel.
Because you can still have intimate moments with that person. It just does not have to be sex.
No,
especially today, you can date a person and be in a whole different state.
Yeah, FaceTime.
Well,
yep.
The thing about today versus back in the day, the thing about today is it is even more prevalent now because of the different apps and things that people test out. So I mean, now the younger generation, that's the way they date. Well, we had to be one-on-one, face-to-face, nose-to-nose, and cheek-to-cheek.
That's true.
I mean, when the phone was saying, yeah, I mean,
but see, but then Mo, they only going to get a call after 9 with the free minutes.
Yeah, I think it's bring up a good point because my
second, she went way back.
My second tour
after 9 p.m. Oh
yeah.
Yeah.
So you had the free minutes.
That's your name, Gangsta Gina.
I mean, you can talk a long time in 3 minutes.
All night after 9.
So we're talking to after 9, and you better be here tomorrow when I wake up. If not,
you still got a long distance plan you paying for?
No, not at all.
So I got a question. So I mean, in my long
after your question, we're gonna move on to the next question. I got quite a few.
Okay, but in my long distance relationship, we had many times where we just fell asleep on the phone with each other.
Yeah, that goes real back.
So I mean, that's just how it was.
That go way back, bro.
Yeah,
way back into 2 weeks ago.
He said 2 weeks ago. Oh my goodness! All right, let's move on to the next question. Because this one is a doozy too. How soon should money be discussed in a relationship?
Immediately. No, I'm just kidding. It's important that it is.
Some of them it is immediately.
Yeah, just because I got it don't mean you can spend it or vice versa. I mean, it needs to be discussed. I mean, you'd be surprised how many marriages are ruined because of money. Mm-hmm. I mean, they might have been a beautiful relationship. The love was there, the trust and everything was there, but money came in there and goofed it up. That's because they figured we love each other. The lack of it or too much of it. You can't have too much money. I can remember this one particular relationship where it was a bunch of money on his side, wasn't no money on her side, and she decided that she was going to spend all of his, and it's kind of like $250,000, and she was bringing in like $10,000 or something like that. So she decided she's going to try to spend his up, and it was like when he tried to put the brakes on it, some static. As soon as he started to pump, well, baby, hold on, slow. Ask me, let me know. Well, ain't we married? Ain't it both of us? Yeah, but it don't grow on trees. We ain't had no daggone discussion about it. If we didn't have no discussion about it, and you're spending it like that.
Well, I think again,
when you feel some kind of way, if someone is asking you about your finances in the second, even third date.
You know what?
It depends on how they ask.
When you're serious in a relationship, you ask a lot of questions from the beginning. You communicate. I mean, everything from where they work at, what they've been doing for the last, do they have kids? Those questions should be asked on a date. Actually, that should make it interesting. If you're out there and you're dating and you start asking questions, those are real pertinent things you need to ask. I mean, you know, how many kids you got? Do you have any kids? I mean, do you have an ex? It's a whole bunch of things that need to be. You don't want no surprises, you know. I mean, you're not gonna get them all, but you don't want no surprises. The main one.
Past, we're not getting hit with no past due child support and all that.
Exactly.
Now, but again, we keep talking about relationships. We keep talking about relationships. We can now. I'm old school. Back in the day, those conversations were easily had because there was a different way that we approached relationships.
Right.
Now, it's so flipped where you have women that have certain expectations that may never be met monetarily. You have women that are just like there's some women out there, they don't want nothing but your money. And they're going to take your money until they can't take your money. When they can't take your money, they on to the next one with the money. Things have changed so drastically that
that's right.
Everything we're talking about depends upon how you approach a relationship. What are your needs? What do you know? When we hear something that doesn't line up with what we want, then we have that option not to deal with that. You have that option. If that brother has, say, he have 15 baby mamas, he have 15 babies that he got to pay child support for. So are you willing to pitch in if y'all get together? I mean, there are things discussions. I mean, I'm just that today. That's how we see things today. Back in the day, the things that we see in relationships now were not happening.
Well, you know, remember.
What's your take on it, Mr. Banks? I want to hear your side of it.
Well, I mean, Mo really hit it on the head. I think, you know, the first few weeks into the relationship is where you're starting to know a person and understand a person. I think that's the best time to start talking about finances, diseases, sexual identity.
Are you really a female?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's time to hit all those. I'm too old to be, you know, I'm 54, disease free. You know what I'm saying? I'm too old to be trying to sugarcoat whether or not your feelings are going to be hurt if I'm asking you about your medical issues or your finances and stuff like that. Because if we're trying to build something together, then we got to put everything on the table.
See, and that's the thing too. If first or second date, you don't know if you're trying to build nothing with somebody.
Well, that's why you put the questions on the table.
That's right.
Well, that's what I agree. Maybe that second month of dating, because that first month of dating,
talking till your coffee go cold.
I hear you.
We went through 4 pots of coffee. Me and my wife did. Sit down. You know, our first real date, we sit there and talked for that long. People asked if we want something to eat. No, we didn't want nothing to eat. We had a conversation going, a real conversation.
But like, it all depends on the person.
Yeah,
but that was your person. You knew that was your person,
right?
Off the top, you knew that was your person, because if you hold a conversation with someone till everybody else leaves the restaurant, that was your person.
You had a connection.
Connected.
Some people will eliminate themselves though. So I give you an example. When I first started dating, when I first got out there in the dating scene as an adult, I didn't drive any luxury vehicle that I had. And so it was funny. One of the ladies that I went to meet talked about my vehicle. Because I was parked next to her car, didn't know it, but I was parked next to her Mercedes. And she clowned me.
Really?
Because I was driving a Kia.
Oh, man.
And so
that shouldn't matter, but
it shouldn't matter. But I'm just saying, that some people eliminate themselves when it comes to the finance conversation.
It's so funny, Mr. Banks. I went through the same situation. I was driving my what did I have? I gave it to my daughter. My Ford
Explorer.
Oh, I can't even. No, it wasn't an Explorer. It was an old school car. My white old school car that I gave to my daughter. It was a 78
LTD
Mercury Cougar.
Oh, okay.
And it had 70 miles.
Wow.
And but this guy that I was going to have coffee with, he clowned me about my car. Why are you driving that old car? And what's wrong? You can't afford a newer car. And I was like, I was like Mr. Banks. I would never drive my Lexus. Whenever I had a date, I would never drive my Lexus because I wanted any individual I was dating to look at me for me and not for what I had, you know. So I never put out there what I had. That's why I'm like, don't ask me what I got, what I'm bringing to the table, or any of that.
Yeah,
because now I feel like you trying to see what you can get.
Right. Well, when I first met,
I've been out in the club and folk buying me drinks and getting my number. And the first thing, hey, what do you do for a living? I'm unemployed.
You know, first time.
Let me read.
Go
ahead, more. Then I'll read what Byron has to say.
When me and Mary Ann met, I was one of the only people who bought one of these damn things. It was a Cadillac Cimarron. I don't know if y'all remember, a Cavalier with Cadillac badges on it. That's what it was. And she talked about that damn car. She said, "This ain't no Cadillac." I said, "Yes, it is. Look, you put them on there."
That is funny.
But the car that I had that she loved later on when she found out, I had a Buick Riviera, the first touchscreen one, just before anybody had it. Anybody did touchscreen. General Motors done it first, and it was on a Buick Riviera. You know, it's like 86.
I had a Riviera. I had a Buick Riviera. I love that car.
I love it.
It got stolen 3 times.
She fell in love with that mug. I'm trying to trade it.
Somebody else loved it too, huh?
Everybody else loved it too.
She was trying to trade. I was trying to trade it. She's like, baby, don't trade the car. I was like, I gotta get rid of it. Got too many miles on it. And we were having this conversation in Indianapolis. And we're going down 51st Avenue, and these 2 damn Dalmatians came running down the street, and I couldn't stop. The car sliding, and they hit the side of the car and put a big ass down. I mean, a dent this big. She got out and looked and said, "You can trade it now."
Well, Byron said money should only be discussed when inequity becomes obvious. Otherwise, it shouldn't be an issue if no one is being taken advantage of. I agree too. So let me read the next question and see what kind of discussion we can get with that one. It says, does a relationship fail because of incompatibility or lack of effort?
Incompatibility. I mean, yes, both.
Yeah. Both.
Well, what do you think is more likely? Which one do you think is more likely? Incompatibility or lack of effort?
Usually incompatibility jumps out there right off the top. I mean, it starts to get bigger and bigger as the relationship grows. You know, because you start to grow apart. If one person gets a turn off and they ain't expressing it, you know, and they ain't expressing the turn off, or, you know, having a conversation about the turn off, then it's going to grow. The relationship is going to, you know, slowly split apart. It's going to evolve way in the opposite direction.
And within the incompatibility, that person might shut down and not even say nothing. So that's where lack of communication comes in it too.
And I think incompatibility is not about effort. It's more about the right fit. Is this your person? Does this work? But when you talk about lack of effort, that just means someone's not showing up. So I feel like it's different things, but both of them can be the cause of the relationship. But at any given time, I want someone who's compatible, and I definitely want you to show up every day. Otherwise, you're wasting my time.
But that's what I think is the key right there, that incompatibility, because most of the time, a lot of people, not everybody, but a lot of people just want to be in a relationship. And they go into a relationship with people that they're not compatible with. And it's just a volatile relationship. But that was because you're trying to put a square into a circle.
Right. And it's attraction. They went on who they were attracted to and not who they were connected to.
Right.
Stop looking and allow yourself to be found.
Exactly.
Yeah, I would definitely say compatibility. Any relationship takes some form of effort. even if you're having trouble, you're going to take some type of effort to gain some type of peace until y'all can separate.
Yeah.
But even in that,
Mr. Banks,
it's the landing instead of crashing.
Yeah. Even in an unsuccessful relationship, you're going to take some effort to be peaceful.
Mm-hmm.
You hope.
And so this is what Panther said. She said that what are you bringing to the table question annoys me. I'm not bringing anything to your table. Now, what we can do is push our tables together and what we can and see what we can do together. That's right, Panther. I'm telling you that they need to throw that saying out the window.
Is she saying bring 2 empty tables and push them together?
No, she said
Bro Banks. Come on, Bro Banks. Explain yourself.
Bring both our tables together.
Right. She's saying if she's not bringing, don't ask me about what I have to bring. Let's just push these tables together. So are both tables empty? And so
I assume so.
But they can be empty though.
But they don't have to
be empty.
Because she's saying to build together. So I'm just trying to understand if she.
That's the beginning.
Both tables are empty. Also, are they hiding things from each other? Like what's the?
I don't necessarily agree with that. I mean, at the end of the day, one person can have, something, and another person can have something totally different. But when you come together, it's what you're putting forth to make better. It's wherever you are. It's whatever your alignment is. So for me, I'm not worried about what nobody has because I know what I have. And I'm a woman, a real one at that. So at the end of the day, you can be broke, but if I say that you're my person, then guess what? If I got $100,000, we got $100,000. So I share. But it just depends on
let me
what
hold
I'm getting from that person. Am I feeling like I'm going to be used? Am I feeling like there's something else? So I don't necessarily agree with that. I believe that I agree. No one has the empty table. Everybody has something that they're bringing to the table. It may not be money. It could be consistency. It could be love. It can be a lot of different things that bring you to that person. So
can I say this real quick? You know how you got them tables and they kind of small, but then you got to put the centerpiece in.
Yeah,
see,
it don't work right without that.
Right. So guess what? The table was small when we first came together, but guess what? Now we got to open it, spread it across, put that centerpiece in, and then push what we got in to make ours.
I mean, that's fine, but I'm just going off of her statement, and I'm just asking a question. I'm not providing a statement. I'm asking her if she don't ask what I bring to the table, is that saying then she's not willing to share what she brings and she just want to bring an empty table and they just build together?
She didn't say she wasn't willing to share.
This might clarify it. It says, excuse me. Excuse me. It says it's okay for people to bring empty things to the table that the relationship will most likely last more than if somebody is looking for somebody to bring something to the table that have nothing. So if somebody have nothing and the other person have nothing, then
you're building.
But you got something you
got building together.
Together. That's something.
Yeah.
Then people have a misunderstanding of tables. Because I made a comment months ago that I am the table and I hold the bolts, the pieces, and I choose the chairs that go with that table. And what that means for me is not that I'm all that. What it means is I move on my own terms. I do what makes me happy. I'm not worried about anybody. I'm not in competition, and I choose my circle. So for me, when you put that to a relationship, if she's saying I got a table and you got a table, your table might be financially low, but guess what? If your emotional intelligence is high, if your mental and your spiritual is high, guess what?
There we go.
You're going to help me in some way, fashion, or form, because maybe my finances are high, but my spiritual is low. Guess what? We're going to meet in the middle. So when you choose to be with someone, you don't want to be with someone who is exactly the same as you, because if you're both high in the same area, what about those areas that you're weak in? Don't be weak where I'm weak. I need you.
It ain't gonna work.
Yeah,
and you don't need two individual tables.
Well, is it that?
I agree with Esmery because we're representing Black marriages, Black love. if we go back and we look at the foundations of our culture, they built lives together. They weren't going out on a date and saying, look, what do you have and what do I have? I think when we place the value, a monetary value on what a person brings into your life, we miss out on who God has for you. Does this man have the ability to come into your life and enhance your life in ways far beyond a checking account? Because there's a lot of men with a lot of money that ain't worth nothing. And don't want nothing from you except what they can get. But if we're talking about and we're representing, and I'm saying this because we represent Black love, and Black love is stronger than an empty bank account. Black love means that we are united together, and whatever we do,
and that's the point that I think Panther was making. Two people with two empty tables. And they build those tables up together are stronger than people who bring a lot to the table.
Because
that's the point that I think she was making. And even Ruben said,
she did.
Dr. Marie, the new generation does not think nothing like that. You got to have something.
And you know what? I agree with you, Ruben. They do. But I think that's also a part of the problem. Half of them don't want to get married. Half of them, they're worried more about money. I had someone say to me, and it's funny, Banks, you talked about a Kia. So it was a couple of years ago. I had the Kia. And her husband made the comment, well, I know she's making at least 6 figures. Why is she driving around in a Kia? Guess what? Because I'm preserving the miles on that Jag that's sitting in my garage, but that's not your business. He said, well, you have to have you have to uphold the image. I said, well, whose image am I upholding?
Whose image?
Because my image was given to me by him, and he says I'm me. So
and I'm good with what I am right now.
Because who say you gotta drive a fancy car?
Listen, a car is not gonna make you or break you, baby. You can walk around with a Jaguar, a Bentley, or whatever.
It's still 4 wheels and a motor.
And nothing's gonna prevail for you. So I think that, again, I know I'm probably gonna get a lot of flack for this. I think the generations are truly different, and I 100% agree with you, Ruben. Yes, the younger generation doesn't think like that. But guess what? That's, for me, in my opinion, a lot of the relationships that we saw, because we're all over 40 at this point, we saw relationships that built something. Even the ones where there was infidelity, guess what? Everybody had a role. The mama may not have had no money, but guess what? That mama took care of your house. That mama took care of your kids. That mama made sure all those bills were paid. And guess what? Mama also washed clothes for master's wife or somebody else. She held it down.
Some people may say she had an empty table, but that table was truly
full. We had 50 tables. So it's just, people have a different way of thinking, but I'm not here to judge the way you think, but you definitely have to think outside of a box. And if you want to be with someone, money should not be your revolving door, because the same way God gave it to you, he can take it away.
Can't take it away.
Anything.
Let me get to the comments so we can get to the next question. Bobby said, nothing on the table is greater than giving our hearts to each other. To have that is to have everything that goes with it. Yes,
all
yes,
right,
yes. I agree with Bobby 100%. Let's see. Who else we got on here?
But why she looking for that?
Angie said that part of the problem. All right, well, let's go. I got a couple of more questions. We're running out of time, but I know we can get these last few questions in. Does can love survive when ambition levels don't match? So two different dreams, basically. Two different dreams.
That is
what?
It's a disaster coming. It's a disaster ready to happen.
So basically, you're talking about two people that's growing materially apart, because one person is maturing faster than the other one,
or that other person's not maturing at all.
Yes, and sometimes it flip flops.
Yeah.
Sometimes that one person could have been the most mature in the beginning, and got so burned out that they kind of slowed down, and the other person picked up. So instead of them kind of going back to what Dr. Marie was saying, When I'm down, pick me up.
I was just gonna say, could you say something that, being your soulmate is that one thing to where, you know how they say it's a 50-50 relationship or a 70-30 relationship, that changes. That's always changing. It never stays the same. It's never static. It always is moving. So could you say that's kind of like that? He might be just down, or she might be just down for that time, but she's coming back up, or he's coming back up, or you just talking about just not doing nothing.
Well, no, I'm talking about
totally different
I'm talking
direction.
about exactly what you're saying, but I think that communication is necessary.
Yeah.
To stabilize those goals and ambitions. To really see where that person is. And sometimes that person just totally give up in a relationship, and you got to cut the cord.
But are we just taking that as a negative question or perspective? Because over the years, people evolve. Maybe this person, while she was raising kids or doing whatever she needed to do, didn't aspire to go to school or to finish college or pursue a dream that she had. And now that opportunity is there and she's evolved, and now she has this ambitious mindset. This is a goal that I want to reach. This is something I want to do. Again, in a relationship that is a relationship where two people care about seeing their partner be the best person they can be, whether that's in the first 5 years or the next 20. I'm 66. I just started attending college. Something I wanted to do since a young girl, but life started life. It doesn't, in my relationship, I'm not talking about anybody else's. In my relationship, that does not diminish the love my husband has for me. As a matter of fact, I have 100%, his support 100%. So how we view ambition, it's a matter of how that person that you're with sees it. If that person feels like your growth means that you're leaving them behind, then here we need to communicate. We need to have a conversation. It's like when I decided I wanted to go back to school, I had a conversation with my husband. This is something I want to do. I don't want my mind to melt because I'm in my 60s. If it means that I stay violent because in school and put something with it and work with you, what I'm doing is going to complement our ministry together. It's about communication. When we jump up and do things without communication, then you end up with a problem. You end up with a problem. Because no marriage, no man or no wife wants somebody to just walk in the house and just drop $70,000 on a brand new business and you never even talk to me about it. And you say, well, I just wanted to do it. No, marriage and relationships.
That communication again, back to that communication.
It's always going to come back to communication.
It's under one accord, and that's what you have to be under. And it has to, like I said prior, you have to be in a relationship with someone else. You have to have a relationship with God.
Amen.
Exactly.
This is the last question, and this is a doozy.
Uh-oh.
When unfixable issues arise, are most relationships ending too soon or too late?
It depends on what the unfixable situation is.
Right. I mean, you said it's unfixable, so you're saying
it's unfixable. It's just unfixable.
Well, I mean,
nothing is unfixable.
Every relationship has that line.
Nothing is unfixable. You got God. Anything is fixable.
Hold on. Every relationship has that line. If you said, well, we're not going to cheat on each other, and if we cheat on each other, we're done. That's the line.
That's your line, not the relationship line. I feel like
that's
God
that's between me and that woman.
Individual.
Right.
I mean, but if you've gotten to the point where you feel it's unfixable, and I'm sure everybody has that line that they draw in the sand where you feel like if this happens in my relationship, I'm not staying. Everyone has that.
Sure.
So when you reach that point, do you feel that it's ending too soon or this was too late? Because most of the time when you get to that point, this is something that's been happening already in the relationship.
Well, I mean, I can say that I had a relationship, my previous marriage was 10 years long. And that was one of those lines, infidelity was one of those lines. When it happened, I'm thinking I got kids, just like what you just said, Gina. I got kids, we got kids, let's work on this. It kept happening. If you keep doing the same thing and you get the same result, that's crazy.
So did it end too soon or too late?
And that was way too late. I mean, I stuck in there as long as I could, but there were some other factors too. So, I mean, that wasn't the only factor. Is a whole bunch of stuff came up. I mean, a whole bunch of skeletons jumped out the closet and hit me. So it was a whole bunch of things.
Well, that's why that relationship got to be built under God. We ain't got to go through all that from the foundation. The foundation wasn't solid. God is to make that solid foundation. Ain't no cracks in it.
That is absolutely true. We were in the church, and we got married young.
But too, a lot of people think because they in the church. I was in the church for a long time and didn't have a relationship with God.
That's what I mean by in the church, D.
Right, that's what I'm saying. No, I'm saying I agree with you. I'm saying that's what a lot of people think because they in the church every Sunday. They got a relationship with God.
Well, Bobby said when you get there, too late or too soon is irrelevant.
Yeah.
She put a different spin on that.
There you go, Bobby.
She said it doesn't matter if it was too late or too. But you know what? I think that if you really look deeper into that question, sometimes you can say it ended too soon because I'm going back to what Dr. Marie said earlier. Our generation is different now, and if you drop, if you just you threw my weave away, I'm leaving. That's too soon.
Well, think about this though, Gina.
Now.
But think about this though, Gina. Think about this. When you brought that dude to the crib, what did your daddy say? What did that boy do? What does he do? He had the questions before you even had them. Your daddy made sure that he was gonna be good to his little princess.
That's right.
That was back in the day. By now, we don't have that.
We don't have
that. Don't say that.
We might not have.
I mean, we don't have it. I'm sorry. Let me put that back. We don't have it as much.
A lot of people don't live by those vows that you give when you get married.
Absolutely.
That's what Ella just said. Ella said, Steve, you are right. However, the young folks are not going to church or understanding what a covenant is. Marriage is a covenant.
You have to understand what that is.
That's really what's missing in a lot of these young relationships.
Covenant. And I'll just say that. Go ahead, Reverend Pat. I'm sorry.
Go ahead. It's fine.
I was just going to say, I think some people stay too long because they love them and they're hopeful. But I think people leave too soon because of the fear. But you just have to have the wisdom to know the difference. Yeah. And I think that, when you are choosing yourself in a situation, it's not necessarily giving up. You're choosing yourself. You're choosing truth. You're choosing safety. You're choosing growth. Because when you're in a relationship that's not fruitful mentally, spiritually, that makes a person deplenish themselves. You get depressed. There's so many things that happen. So you just have to know, you have to be, use your discernment to know the difference. So I think it goes either way, but it's really up to the person. But you definitely have to do what's best for you.
We're running out of time, you guys. I told y'all those were some
really good questions
tonight. I told you.
But they
so let's go around the table. We got to take our time. Everybody take a few seconds. Give your last statement for the night. What you want everybody to leave with. Let's start with you. Let's start with you, Dr. Dr. Marie. Go ahead.
I would just say that, I was saying wisdom. Wisdom is going to be your best friend. If you're in a relationship, you definitely have to use your discernment, use your words, learn to communicate, because that's the only way you're going to be successful in any relationship, whether it's marriage, friendship, kinship, whatever. Communicate and love, honestly, be truthful. If you don't have that, you really don't have anything.
There you go. Oh, those some words to live by. Very much so. Reverend Pat, go ahead.
Know your standards. Know who you are. Don't enter any relationship and not be secure in who you are. Pray. I'm serious about that. Pray. Ask God's guidance. Ask God, is this person right for me? And when you have that feeling, because women are not crazy. We know when it's just for whatever it is. If you know it's not something that's going, we can't change people. I'm going to say that. You can't change a person because you want that person to be the person you want them to be. Only God can do that.
Amen. Yes.
Amen. Amen. Mr. Banks?
So in life, we look for unconditional situations to build our love and trust to people. And sometimes that is broken. And inside relationships, unconditional love that is broken is hard to come back and survive. So then you have to learn how to live with conditions. And those conditions are, can I trust you again? Those conditions become, how can I love you through the things that you put me through? And so you have to then ask yourself, can I survive this relationship built on conditions?
That was good. That was good, Mr. Banks. Steve, go ahead. Few seconds, Steve.
Few seconds. All right. First off, hey, love is God and God is love. Amen. And throughout all this that we say, is so much conversation on it because it's not on the foundation. When it's on the foundation, one thing we don't do, we don't look for anyone because God allows us to be found. Mm-hmm. And when God allows it to be found, you're not trying to put a square into a circle. Because if you're looking for attraction, it's always something prettier. Allow yourself to connect with someone, and that's it. You'll rather have a connection than an attraction.
Yeah.
All right, cuz, say it with your chest.
Go ahead, Mo.
Moby, that's amazing.
Right there. That's right there. That's it. That's my cousin. He hit the nail on the head. That's it for me tonight too. I mean that you can't believe you can't beat that with a stick.
Yes, I did, Panther. I am a horseman.
Horseman. Oh, I can't say I'm not.
What's your last word, Mo? What's your last word?
Actually, Steve took them out my mouth. But anyway, what we gotta remember is communication is what God gave us for each other, and that alone right there is not, even win all and beat all. What Steve was just talking about, the relationship that we have with each other is bought by Him for you. The covenant that He gave us is the one we're supposed to live by in our relationships. Part of that is great communication. Great communication in a relationship, even in a bad one. I know some bad relationships where they call each other out their name, but they love each other dirty socks. You know what I mean? So, I mean, I'm serious. I know some people that call each other out their name and everything, but don't let somebody mess with them. Let somebody mess with them. You're gonna have some problems. So, I mean, it's not necessarily, always. Dang, I lost my train of thought. That's what that sometime was kicking in. Sorry about that, y'all. Sometime I remember, sometime I don't.
I understand.
Listen, relationships are work. A lot of people go in thinking is what they see on television, and then they get into a relationship and they find it's not like that, and they want to run because it's not like that. And then they get into the next relationship and it's not like that. And then they run because that's not like that. Listen, you have to be willing to work on your relationship, whatever it takes for the two of you. And you have to come to a common ground. I know Robert and I, we went to counseling while we were dating. And we both agreed on that. And it was something we wanted to do. And then we went to counseling, spiritual counseling, before we got married and even after we got married, because we wanted to have the word of God in our relationship and we wanted to grow on that. And that's what we wanted to strengthen and to be our foundation. But that's what the two of us agreed on. You know, so you have to make sure that compatibility, to me, is very important. I think that has to go into a relationship so that the two of you decide on something. You can come together and agree on something. Even if it's not 100%, if you can come 50-50, that's okay. But you have to stop thinking that a relationship is something that you see on television. When the end comes to that movie, everybody is hugging and loving and you know, it's a happy ending. It's not like that, y'all. Ask these people who've been married, these ones who have been in marriages for 30, 40 years, like Mo and all the rest of the panel who's been in long-term relationships. It's work, and you have to be willing to put the work in.
And you have to recognize
That's it tonight. You guys, you guys gave some good information. I'm telling you, from the hoodie to the woulda. Y'all did that tonight. But before we go, one of you guys tell us how, tell the audience how they could get their Melanin and Marriage, because I have mine. You don't have to tell me. I got mine already. So talk about that a little bit.
Thanks. Yes. I was calling Banks. Definitely. So it is a magazine. It is called Melanin and Marriage. It's all about love, pouring into our melanin people. It has a lot of beautiful things in there. You can subscribe. It is only $36 a year, not a month. So you get 12 digital copies for $36. And I believe at this point, and correct me if I'm wrong, Banks and Reverend Pat, Angela said if you subscribe, you can get the previous versions as well. So she's running a special. So I believe we have the link. I'll send it to you, Gina, and you can post it for everyone.
Okay, perfect. Hey, I know if you have it already and you didn't see Angie's email, it is a little bit late, so just be patient. It's coming out. I was looking for mine and I saw the email, but I'm telling you, it's a lot of good information in there.
It's worth wait.
It is. It's a lot of good information in there, and it's not just even about marriage. It's about single relationships. It's about married people. We got some cooking in there, some cooking information. It's a lot of information in there that you could really use. So get your subscription, $35. What's that? That's not even $1 a month. Yes, it is.
Yeah, it is.
What is it?
That's $1 a month with some change.
It's not $1.25 a day.
And we cannot leave without saying that Stephen is now a contributing writer.
Yes.
All right.
Bringing the male perspective of being single to the table. So,
and he has a lot to say.
If you think
we ready, G, we ready.
Sometimes too much, but I'm here.
It's just right. It's just right, Stephen. Don't worry about it. If they ain't ready, if they ain't ready, they gonna get ready by the time.
They better get ready then.
Yeah, wow, indeed.
And Gina, I put it in the private chat. It's the second link. Ignore the first link, and you can post that.
Okay.
Okay. They can get the link.
I'll put that in the comments. That way they can come back to
and copy and paste it.
Show, and they could copy and paste it. And that way, they could be like me, get their subscription every month. I've been getting mine for about maybe 4 or 5 months now. So
I mean,
it's worth it.
You know, this is. I mean, it has a great core of writers that really pour into this magazine, and I'm being honest.
Different outlooks. That's what I like. There's different outlooks.
Different outlooks
to a situation.
Absolutely.
And it's and you know, if you have a small business, a large business, a medium business, you can advertise through that magazine as well. You know, and it allows the opportunity for you to, even if you're a couple, proud of yourself, want to be placed on a magazine. Guess what? We can put you on the front cover too.
There you have it. Yeah.
All right. We appreciate you all. We appreciate our listeners and our audience. Tune in tomorrow, same time, same bad station. We will see you guys tomorrow. And we really do appreciate you guys coming on and taking time out of your day to give feedback and intake on these questions that the readers send in, because if they send them in to me, they're important. And so I know we joke, but there's a lot of seriousness in there too. So thank you guys for that.
Thank you guys.
We will see you guys tomorrow.
All right.
Disclaimer.